Well, the Immortal now got 25%
Back down,
here.
Yo on the Greymane gonna be the first to fall. But is it ETC? No, that's Malfail up there. A triple.
Leyline used in the back, catching 3 people on top of that, followed up by the APOC and the lurking on. Catching 2, but this time on is gonna be the first one.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi.
There's the lead, catches him in the mud pit. Time trap does pop. Mosh pit goes out. Ruby's still in trouble. Pops to stay a while and listen, but it's not going to matter.
Here comes the Boros on the backside, but they do all get thunder. And then stunned. Oh my goodness. The combo.
Getting shrunk down, ETC getting killed. He becomes dog food for the Greymane.
I didn't think they had a chance. I thought it was all over. We said all or nothing, and they got absolutely everything.
One of these buttons is correct. There it is. I found the right button. Sorry about that, folks. All right, so this has already been a whole lot of fun coming into this match, and we haven't even gotten started yet. So, oh no! Oh no! I messed up one thing. Little Sky, Dragon, Praxis, Shrines. I think that's backwards. Sorry about that. I messed up something. All right, and then we have. Just getting the lobby finished set up. Sorry, there were a couple small issues. Alright, howdy, hello, welcome to twitch.tv/ElTaquito. I'm Taco, I'm your host, and things are already crazy. So we've got Phoenix Rising over here on the left, taking on Phoenix Rising on the right. The coin flip was called tails by Phoenix Rising. Phoenix Rising won the toss. Phoenix Rising picked first pick and map pick. Phoenix Rising ended up with both. Map bans for Phoenix Rising ended up being Volskaya Foundry and Infernal Shrines, whereas Phoenix Rising has banned Braxis Holdout and Dragonshire, and then Phoenix Rising taking us to Towers of Comebacks for game number 1. Lots of fun banter already going on in chat. The back and forth in comms with the captains was really fun, and everyone's on board with the whole Phoenix Rising shtick. So here we go. And once the lobby was posted, for those of you that aren't in the NGS channel, in Heroes of the Storm, as soon as the lobby was posted for Phoenix Rising versus Phoenix Rising, everybody going off about Phoenix Rising's gonna win. No way Phoenix Rising's gonna win. Now Phoenix Rising's doing well. All this stuff. I love it. We're gonna have a lot of fun. So the predictions are just going to say Phoenix Rising. The prediction 1 is team on the left. No, I'll do Zircon and Ruby for that. I'll be fair for that. But that is going to be the trend. And I'm glad to see everybody in chat so far that has said something about it getting engaged with the fun, because that's why we play video games. Let me get down. I think I'm ready. Oh, I didn't grab my wonderful co-caster. Hey, buddy. Are you co-casting with me today? Yeah? Alright, here's the wonderful co-caster Darian. Yeah, who do you think's gonna win? The burb or the other burb? I like the burb. Oh, are you sleepy, boy? Did I wake you up? Did I wake you up? Alright, so Darian's voting on the burb, but he hasn't even seen the draft yet, so that's pretty daring of him. There's a pun there, just work on it for me. So I'm gonna let him go back to his nap. And I think the teams are just about ready to go. Mixels Pixels, I love it. I would love to see it. That's a scary combo. That is a really scary combo. Jugger Murky, oh my goodness. And here we go into Towers of Doom. Oh, that was a hard cut. Let me put that up. I will say I am super excited for this effective in-house Phoenix Rising showdown here in Nexus Division. So these two teams are there's Storm Division, Heroic Division, the Nexus Division, and then the Alphabet Divisions, which clearly that means we're not good enough. So Nexus Division, really high tier level of play, really excited to see what these teams are going to bring. Really good-natured people already, and so, yeah, let's run it. Towers of Doom, I like to see something like a TLV. I like to see maybe an Abathur, or just really high mobility otherwise. Leoric, well, he's not as mobile for soaking, but he's really good on that soak. Malthiel probably, even Azul. It's people that can contest shrines really well and hold their own, while you have a really strong pushing 4-man in the bottom lane. So we get rid of Uther, who's been really top tier in the meta right now, especially at this higher level of play. Uther's going to go away for Phoenix Rising. Phoenix Rising going to take out Tracer as well. And now Phoenix Rising with the waiting, making us hold on and see what's going to be the next ban. Deathwing, the terror of the... Wait, no, that's not the actual terror of the skies. The other one's much smaller, much small wing. That's big wing. I'm waiting for a small wing. Get rid of. But yeah, interesting ban so far. I think the Uther is the only... I mean, Deathwing can stall for a long time, but I think Uther is the only real meta pick here, or meta ban. The other two are very clearly target bans. Malthiel, another, I would say, more meta ban, probably also with a little bit of research done, understanding that Malthiel is probably a likely pick for someone over on Phoenix Rising. Sonya coming in first, able to get around the battlefield, really strong presence in these fights, can delay for days with her own self-sustain. And the Zul, like we were talking about, Zul's going to be probably maybe a good counter for Sonya. Wait till Sonya starts spinning and then throw the root, then Sonya can't drop it. Greymane, huge, steady damage, and then coming in with the burst. Oh, absolutely, Zircon. Small Wing has big wing energy. Small Wing is the actual terror of the skies. That is the one that should be called Deathwing. I don't know what the point of Big Wing is, other than you can't heal me. Stukov, I like the range silence. Keep the interrupt going. Keep the team choked out. Along with Tychus, for some reason Tychus Stukov has been really strong together lately, and I'm not sure what quite makes that synergy, but I see them together so often. So I'm excited to see the Stukov Tychus play. In response, I'd like to see Phoenix Rising pick up probably two, because they still need a healer, and there's no Uther left. Maybe a Lily. She counts as a bruiser. I'd like to see 3 big, beefy frontliners for Phoenix Rising into the Tychus. And you're like, but Taco, Tychus does percentage damage. Right, to one hero at a time. And if you only have one beefy frontliner that Tychus melts, your team's vulnerable to the rest of the enemy team. However, if he has to spend his time and energy on 3 or 4 or all big beefy frontliners, then that makes Tychus less net effective against the team. But we get a Li Ming. Li Ming Greymane follow-up on anything is devastating. We're looking at Zul Roots. We're looking at zoning Stormbolts. Because no one can hit Stormbolt. Let's be fair. All Stormbolts are zoning Stormbolts. Any hits are accidental. That's going to be really good follow-up onto an engage from Zul and or Muradin. Diablo and a Junkrat. Lots of displacement here. Diablo with good delay. Junkrat with really strong delay. Also, that mine, if depending on how skilled of a Junkrat, that mine can disrupt any follow-up engage off of the Zul or the Muradin. Throw a mine right on who's getting engaged on, pop it as the Greymane jumps on, engage over. I like the Tyrande follow-up stuns. So it looks like Phoenix Rising really going for a lockdown here. Pog to Sir Acheron, Achilles? Mr. A. Good call on the Tyrande. Yeah, so the lockdown with the big burst follow-up from Phoenix Rising. However, over here, Phoenix Rising going, I think, for the longer fights. With the Tychus, the Junkrat, the Sonya, those are going to be more extended fights. So now that the draft is over, let me get the let me open up my Twitch on my browser so I can do channel things. That'd be cool. Taco, take care of your stream. Ooh, things moved around. I don't like how that looks. That's all right. Start prediction. Who wins game 1? There we go. Prediction started. Mr. A, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Anybody else that's already having a good time, go ahead and hit that follow button. Most of my streams are cast. I do play other games as well. So over here on the blue team, this is Golden on the Sonya, Psycho on the Junkrat, Storm on Tychus, Legacy rocking the Diablo, and Myrari on the Stukov, bringing those heals. That is your team in the blue. Phoenix Rising, and coming out of the ashes over here on the red team, Jazzalo, on the Zul, Mixels, Pixels on the Greymane, Danalor on Tyrande, Fragistellar, Interstellar on the Li Ming, and H2O, not Gatorade, H2O on Muradin. That's not fair, honey. Cause you can hear me before the stream delay, so getting all them electrolyte jokes in ahead. But what plants Cravey is Brondo, just so you know, Brondo. Both teams just kind of getting started, not really anything going on. Really standard start to Towers of Doom. Diablo with an engage onto the Muradin stun, on the Muradin stun flip. Well, no stun from the headbang, but Muradin going to jump out. A little bit of extra damage going out on the side of Phoenix Rising, looking really low, but those blue sappers getting in, going to take out a tower. The red sappers were cleared up pretty early. And Muradaddy jumping away. Diablo also looking pretty low. Greymane getting an early sapper camp up top. And a gank from the Greymane up here onto the Sonya. I say Greymane got the camp. There's Greymane and Zool up here. I don't know who actually. Mixel. So Greymane was getting the camp. I don't know if Zool helped because we were too busy watching all this crazy Phoenix action down here. Muradin going down, a really hard skirmish going on. They get pushed all the way back from around mid to the Phoenix Rising towers, back into their own. Picking up 2 is Tychus, and Phoenix Rising with an early advantage. That is the first blood as well. So 2 kills to none, and Tyrande getting caught out. A big third pickup for Phoenix Rising, getting an early advantage on towers of comebacks. And a quick early altar for Phoenix Rising, gonna rotate up and make this a 5v5. So it's not really a guaranteed trade on these altars anymore. Oh yeah, both teams said, you know what, this is cool. We'll do this. You take yours, I'll take mine. We got the one downstairs, so we're coming out ahead. And not a whole lot happened yet. You ever really notice the art of on the maps? Like, look at the detail in these bushes and that jack-o'-lantern. Look at the wrinkles. So we have a contested camp over here. Muradin looking a little bit low. Sapper camp getting picked up, aggroed rather, not picked up. Greymane gonna go ahead and get going on it. Phoenix Rising able to stop the invade on their own Sapper camp, and now Phoenix Rising instead going to go over and get their Sapper camp. But Muradin looking for the invade. Diablo gonna get the flip. Stukov Silence comes out, but Muradin's not in it. Muradin looking really low. H2O, H2, go out of there. You are in danger, my friend. But Phoenix Rising not trying to chase too hard for the kill. Chasing is where you get into trouble. Joustin, welcome to the match. And there is the first kill for Phoenix Rising on to Phoenix Rising. Diablo gonna go down. And you saw just the blow up. As soon as that stun lands, everyone dies. Not everyone, the target dies. Anyone. I should say anyone dies. Tyrande sending out a scouting owl for a reason. And not a whole lot of action up here, but we like to show the offlaners a little bit every now and then. Diablo finishing souls, Big Daddy Dibbles coming in with the flip on the mirror. The zoning Stormbolt zoning well. As Muradin trying to get a channel, forcing delay tactics coming out of Phoenix Rising to kind of expose themselves, make themselves vulnerable. I think trying to set up for a Tyrande stun. There's the Stormbolt onto the Diablo, followed up with the Lunar Flare and the engage, but not a whole lot of burst, a little bit of mistimed. And no one's gonna die. A couple of people looking really low, but Sonya spearing in, gonna start spinning, gets her health back. There's a big wallbang from the Diablo onto the Greymane. Greymane with less than 10 health. No, Tyke is gonna catch him with the grenade at the last second. Oh, I thought Greymane was getting out with single-digit health. But then the Tyrande also gets banged into the fence, speared on. Like, look, that is sharp. That's sharp. Look at that. She just got piked. There's no way you survive that. And she didn't. We do get Commander Odin Commandeer Odin rather coming out to push this tower. While they're pushing this tower, let's go ahead and look at these heroics. We got Commandeer Odin, Riptire, Apocalypse, Ayah, and massive shove for Phoenix Rising. And over on the side of Phoenix Rising, that must be Skeletal Mages. Yep. Starfall. Ooh, interesting pick. Avatar, go for the throw, and Wave of Force. I expected those two. Avatar makes sense. I guess Skeletal Mages is more lockdown. So you know what? Ooh. Ooh. I really wish we could have seen that. It's the off lane. No one watches the off lane. Darian, you're supposed to tell me about this stuff. That's the job of the co-caster. Darian? Darian. He's asleep. My co-caster's asleep. But Zool picking up a kill with the help of his towers, maybe minions on the Sonya, getting out with about 100 health himself. So good job in the off lane. Now Phoenix Rising getting red sappers into the base. Their tower didn't take a whole lot from that siege, and they're trying to get a little bit of siege now, but they might be in overstate territory. Nice lunar flare onto the Tickus, but a slow on the Greymane from the Stuka is going to be enough to set up an APOC combo, but Greymane at a quarter health gets out. Nice extra heals coming from the Tyrande, and Diablo flipping out the Muradin, forcing out the Avatar, but Li Ming showing Junkrat what true calamity really is, blasting him to bits. What total mayhem coming out of this Li Ming. I hear my wife typing as I'm talking, and I can't wait to see what she's gonna say as she delays for what she hopes is 30 seconds. So a nice little siege coming out for Phoenix Rising. That was a good pickup. They didn't lose anybody in the exchange, although it was close. Lots of actual bloodshed. Not actual. Did I say actual bloodshed? Lots of crazy escapes. These fights are really close, and we're only getting 1 or 2 kills, and that's one of the things I really like about this high-level play. Other than that early, basically triple kill, all these kills are coming up about 1 at a time. And that's really all you need to decide a fight in an engage and not take extra deaths, like Tyrande getting engaged on there with the shadow charge. But Greymane trying to come to the rescue, not able to get out. Greymane 50-something health, 60-something health. Are you getting away? The grenade misses, but Sonya with the leap right onto Greymane's face. Somebody call PETA, because that animal was controlled. Oh my lord. Oh, it's brutal. It's overkill. It's worth it. Phoenix Rising now bullying Phoenix Rising, coming in. Tie ball game though, 28-28. Phoenix Rising picking up an invade on this siege camp. And gonna try to walk it in. I think they get it. At least what? No! Tyrande stepping up now. Mura able to take over. One does get in, actually. That's gonna be a little bit extra damage onto that fort, but the rest are gonna get cleared. These top altars are coming up. Let's zoom out a little bit and take a look, and then I'll show talents after this fight so we can see what people took for level 13. Not quite the interrupt on that owl on the Sonya. Off a little bit to the left. Sonya capping on the dangerous side, sort of, but ending up not getting hit because of it. Big brain 5-head move out of the Sonya, and a leap onto the Li Ming after the Diablo goes down. The reset not enough to get Li Ming out of danger. But Muradin coming in, Avatar pop, not wanting to waste the cooldown. Nice lunar flare onto the Stukov, but Soul Daddy coming back after a quick death timer. APOC goes out, not going to catch anybody. 1 for 1 on the exchange, and everybody backs off. Says, you know what, we don't want to die unnecessarily. But a big charge, catching the edge of that wall onto Greymane. Greymane engaging onto the Stukov and then rolling away. Again, another high-level play coming out of the Greymane. Or out of these players in general, I mean. Joustin asking about Silver Bullet. I do think Silver Bullet works better for the engage. You get the stun, you get the Silver Bullet. That's 30% health. And then you have the rest of the Greymane follow-up with the Li Ming. I think that works better, but Go for the Throat does the opposite. It's like, it's the same but different, right? Because it's still a lot of damage. It's 640 damage, and Diablo has, oh, yeah, that's about 10% of Diablo's health. So, an engage onto like Diablo, maybe the Sonya, you would want the Silver Bullet. I think it would actually work better, you're right. But Greymane can finish up and work on more kills, but Greymane not able to get any kills right now as he is dead. But Li Ming catching the Sonya, getting a little bit of payback for jumping on her face. Li Ming with the resets. Li Ming should be popping off now, but the Avatar just standing in the way, blocking everything for Li Ming. Stukov going to go down, probably a Skullcracker catching out the, no, he went with heavy impact. The Stukov not able to move away. Diablo also falling. A long chase from fort to fort. Phoenix Rising just kicking ass, punishing the overstay, trying to take that fort, and they protect the fort. Fort at 3,500 health, not able to fall as of yet. So good defense there, and this should be a triple cap for Phoenix Rising. Zul about to, no, he does get interrupted by the grenade or the Junkrat or the everything. They're both there. But a 2 altars to none, so we're going to have a big old fight. While the tank is still down for this third altar, I think Phoenix Rising just gets it for free. I don't, oh, well, Junkrat can stall forever. So they may be waiting for their Diablo to show up. Joust, and I agree with that comment completely. Go for the throw, overkill, silver bullet, much better for killing any target. I think the only difference is the resets. And so you can force a double kill and then the rest of the pack is so softened that that second reset Li Ming just finishes off everybody. So if you catch the Junkrat or the Stukov, go for the throat, he's dead. Go for the throat on the next one. Li Ming's Calamitied and Wave of, and has Calamitied, Orbed, and Wave of Forced everybody enough that she can then reset off of the rest. I think she dominoes better that way, but I think you're harder pressed to get that first kill. Sappers meet in the middle, but Phoenix Rising taking out Phoenix Rising Sappers because they showed up and Phoenix Rising decided to back out. But long range clear of the red Sappers, so Phoenix Rising not going to have pressure on their fort, but Phoenix Rising really wants to get this fort down as their own is still really low. A nice route from the Zul onto the Tigers, but the silent stun flip coming onto the Zul, and that is going to be a pause as we come over to here. And hopefully everything is okay. Oh, frag is lagging. No worries. Frag is, I believe, the Sonya. No, frag is silenced? Oh, right, red team. Frag is Li Ming. Oh, here, right here. Yeah, exactly, Mr. A. The finishing should be out of Li Ming, but I think if they're setting up right, no, and I exactly agree with that. Bullet, Greymane engage, and then Li Ming just goes off. But I'll show what Diablo went at level 1 in just a second. All right, we're getting the countdown. We're headed back into the game. Here we go. And that APOC did just go off. Greymane gonna get stunned to death. And there is the charge onto the Zul. So that is a 2-for-0. Very unfortunate pause time, but with the Li Ming lagging out, you just gotta let it rip. No, Joustin, that's fine. That's what I love about this community, because we can talk about this, we can theory craft it, and we can judge. We can judge these teams, and they have nothing to say about it until the interview, if that's the team that goes to the interview. That bottom fort finally falling in favor of Phoenix Rising, who is down by 12 core health points. Feast on Fear at level 1, not going to be able to get a whole lot of globes, not working on that spell armor, because as consistent as it is from Li Ming, I just don't think he can proc it enough, but eh.
Fire upon the Gravekeeper. This realm will be mine, and mine alone.
You will pay for your arrogance.
So now we're pushing into this bottom dead zone. Time to protect the fort. Phoenix Rising in a really good position now to come back and secure this game. Down 7 core health. Looks like they got a sapper in along with that last altar. Random, the leap has actually been pretty good. Gotten a couple of kills with it to clean up. It is good mobility. It's follow-up stun with the Diablo with the Stukov. I do like it. There's the APOC, not going to go. No combo goes out for the Diablo, but Diablo getting wave of force towards the enemy team. Going to go down. Go for the throat used twice already, or it just didn't get the kill and therefore not the reset. And Stukov going to fall as well. A nice engage under their own capture tower for counter engage from Phoenix Rising. Zul does go down in the process to the Sonya. They're just roaming around doing offlaner things, and this fort is going to go back over to Phoenix Rising. Now, not buffering, but yeah, I guess buffering is the right word. Just making their lead feel a little bit safer. Yeah, I mean, but Sonya's not in these fights for very long. And I think these leaps are just to pop the Greymane, to pop the Li Ming, and then that damage source is just gone. I think I like the leap better. She's not really going into extended fights. A nice trade, sort of nice trade. We get a boss take for Phoenix Rising, while I was showing Phoenix Rising picking up this bottom fort and also the altar. So that is a big 4 for 5, 4 for 8. Because did these sappers get in too? I think these sappers got in. Because that is 8 points less now. Let me come over to this. Yeah, look. I'm watching it on the stream now with the delay. Nice APOC onto the Greymane. Greymane rooted by the Stukov in the silence, but Taiga's going to be the first to fall. Muradin going to work. Li Ming getting busy in the back line. Calamities, wave of forces. She took that diamond skin at level 16. Interesting setup. We'll look at her talents in a minute. But now Phoenix Rising just trying to pressure, do the same thing, protect the fort, hold our advantage. Phoenix Rising only needs 4 more core points, and they control access to both of these next altars. So Phoenix Rising going to be hard pressed to get back in. There's the leap and the charge onto the Greymane. Greymane instantly dead, and that is going to be advantage on the map now to Phoenix Rising. Stun, the Lunar Flare missing. A lot of damage from that fort onto the Muradin, but it is Muradin H2 going away right now. And trying to regroup. They only need 1 altar, but they're down their damage dealer. So I'm interested to see how Phoenix Rising plays this. Li Ming taking every teleport talent available. So getting the 13 I like, the 7 I like, of course. I'm not sure how I feel about the diamond skin. I do like the orb instead of the domination. But Diablo going out, no souls, so now 4v4. That's going to be the game. Zul going to pick up this bottom altar while there's fighting and delaying down here in the bottom lane. Sonya spinning, but that's the altar. Game number 1 over to Phoenix Rising. Congratulations, GG, well played. Really fun game to watch. I hope you all enjoyed it too. Let's get ready for game number 2. Co-caster Darian, what was your favorite part of that? I was sleeping. I don't understand what's going on. Leave me alone. He is like just completely asleep. Like, I wish I could show you, but I can't. He's like, I'm getting my puppy cam set up, I think tomorrow, by the way. So, actually about the game. The damage is pretty even. Greymane a lot less damage than I would have expected, but given the nature of their burst comp and the resets on Li Ming, Greymane's just there to enable that Li Ming, which goes back to our silver bullet conversation. And that's a lot of deaths for a Greymane. No offense, Mixels, just looking at the numbers. But it worked. They won. It worked. Who cares about deaths as long as you get the dub? So Junkrat putting in a lot of work, a lot of delay time. Unfortunately, not enough. Not quite enough for them, not able to finish off all of those. I mean, the kill count was exactly the same. Exactly the same. Levels the same. Damage was pretty even. I think more damage overall on the side of Phoenix Rising on the blue team. So the losing team, I think, actually did more damage if I were to pull out my mathulator. But overall, it's just, I don't know. I thought it was played really well, and like we talked about, we had a more sustained fight comp that had some blow up potential into a pick, blow up, reset, go nuts comp, and so it was played carefully and well with the single target blow up, and so that ended up overpowering. And Joustin, or Random rather, you're right. There is a lot more survivability out of Wrath, but you don't need to survive if the enemy team is dead. And if you jump on their face and you smash their skull, they usually die. Yeah, Mr. A, that's a pretty good assessment. Especially later on, they were able to get some really good storm bolts and lunar flares. You only have to win this game. You only have to win the last fight. Most of the time. There's some times where you can lose the last fight, but you still win anyway because of objectives and minions or whatever. But for the most part, you only have to win the last fight of the game. The only problem is you never know which fight is the last fight. Or sometimes, because you're behind really far, the last fight, if you lose, is not the last fight if you win. So you got to win that fight to not lose the last fight. But then there's another fight that becomes the last fight, so on. I think you understand what I mean. Overall, really interesting set. Here is, or not set, but game. Here are the talents. Pretty standard Tychus. He did go for the spell armor into the Li Ming. Feast on Fear with the spell armor versus Feast on Fear. The immediate healing with the versus the a little bit of nerf healing versus the spell armor, which he can get the spell armor back pretty quickly, especially if he goes into more of a W build. Although he took Diabolic Momentum, help him get those skills back up a little bit faster. Overpowering Nightmare, more charges, can get that. If you go overpowering with the W cooldown reduction here, it's at 7. Then I don't know. I think he could have made the spell armor work really well. Yeah, it's really strong. It is really strong, especially for predictable damage like Li Ming. Oh, on Tychus, yeah. Oh, it's good on Tychus too. Sonya slam build. I know not a whole lot about Dude Buddy here. I know very little about Dude Buddy here, Stukov. Zool going skeletals instead of a blue build. I don't know much about the Zool. Tyrande looks like a pretty standard Tyrande healing build. I like the Lunar Blaze. The Sledgehammer I think is interesting out of Mirrodin. At level 4, taking Sledgehammer on this map. I mean, you want to get those forts. You want to get the sappers, but I don't know. The heavy impact I also thought was interesting. I mean, 80% slow is huge, but Skullcracker's so good. Skullcracker's so good, and you stun the crap out of a spinning Sonya. That looks basic. And we already looked at Li Ming. Repulsion is so... I love Repulsion. Repulsion's huge. Huge. Big league. But yeah, so that is Towers of Doom. Let me award points. Let me award the points. There's those points. Let me give you guys your points. Choose outcome, and everybody lost the wager. Apologies to Mr. A, unable to make the wager. And here we go over to Tomb of the Spidershire. I was looking for the word Spidershire because I'm terrible at this. So first pick going over to Phoenix Rising, which means Phoenix Rising picked this map as well. Phoenix Rising really enjoying these map picks. Phoenix Rising also really liking to take that first pick. Let's see if it works out better this time for this first pick. Alright, looks like we have a few minutes to hang out and chat. Yeah, I wasn't ready to fill content here. And I don't have my co-caster. Puppy, the default content coming at you right now. Puppy, you were right. The burb won. The burb won. The Phoenix rose and the burb won. Please don't lick me in my mouth. I know that's what you're trying to do. Yeah. He's so handsome. He's handsome, boy. Look at his crazy eyes. Ow! Yeah. Oh, look at that big old yawn. Oh, you're just the cutest. Oh, nope. Don't lick me in my mouth, dude. You're not old enough for that. Yeah, you're not old enough to be doing that yet. Bye, puppy. You going? You going? You jumping? Alright, let's see. I got... Yeah. Alright, so now we are just... Try to get a couple of things taken care of. Mr. A, I did holler at you for your follow. Gogsden, Manscott, Gangnam Style, Mr. Gangnam Style. Thank you for your follow as well. Oh, Pat, welcome. Really? Are you... Did my wife put you up to this? Legacy Hots, also thank you for the follow. Pat, I'm gonna get you a puppy dab because I know you don't want to look at me. The puppy ran away. Cat dab? Cat dab. Will you get me a cat? Oh, yeah, let's get the cat. All right, we're gonna get a cat dab, and then we're gonna get rid of the cat again. I mean, he doesn't have to. That's fine. Supercarve RG as well with the dab. So maybe we get a cat dab and a puppy dab. Here is the kitty. Oh, kitty trying to leave. All right, ready, Rhaegar? Oh, honey, I need help. Kitty doesn't want to dab. Oh, was he? Here we go. Dab. Why are you made of water, dude? Dab. Pee, pee, pee. Oh, he's just sinking away. All right, Carve. Here we go. All right, ready and. Or like when I sneeze, like I legitimately sneeze, like just. I dab when I sneeze, and it's become a meme. Oh, a puppy. All right. So just puppy. All right, ready, puppy? Here we go. Dab. Yeah. Um. So we're still waiting on Frag. Frag's got a family thing he's got to take care of real quick. And that's all. That's okay. Cause we're getting puppy time, some cat time, and apparently I need to say, "Who is your?" I can't do. No, not that part. Computer. Nope. Terminated. Who is your dabby, and what does he do? Oh. I got a friend that can do a really good Arnold impression, and I need to. I need to. Oh, kitty cat. I need to go watch him do that some more. Will you bring the puppy back in here? And no, I'll do this. We usually keep the puppy and the kitty separated because the puppy still doesn't realize that the cat's not actually a toy. And so while I can't give them direct supervision, because I'm here with all my friends, y'all are my friends, right? Are we friends? We're acquaintances? While I'm here with all these internet people, I can't give them direct supervision, so. Let's see. So Tomb of the Spider Queen. Oh no, you don't get to throw a weight in there. You don't get to just make me use a weight. She's like, I used my points. I get to tell you everything to do. No, you get some curls. I ain't using the weight. Thank you, Jazlo with the 69 biddies. Woo! I'm gonna be a billionaire by the end of the night. Thank you so much, Jazlo, with the biddies. Here comes the off-camera curls because I haven't gotten that camera set up. The puppy camera is also gonna be the exercise cam. So, what are you doing? Oh, good. And telling them to make me do stuff. I have such a supportive wife. She's sending my Twitch to people and also telling them, make him exercise. He's getting tubby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There, I didn't use the weight, but I did shotguns. No, they're curl ups, not curls. Well, I don't have that as a redeemable point reward yet, so you're a mod, make it for a reasonable point value. Otherwise, I will reject it. Beast, thank you for the follow. Glad to have you here.
Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Alright, and here we go into game number 2, Tomb of the Spider Shire, drafting Phoenix Risings. I'm not doing that. So Tomb of the Spider Queen, which I was about to start talking about how I'd like to see this draft go before my wife so rudely made me better my health. Gah! Huh! Dr. Pepper. Screw it. I did also bring home 6 boxes of Girl Scout cookies today, so that's a thing. Uther ban again. Phoenix Rising did not like the Sonya. So Sonya, really impactful. That's a respect ban. I don't know if Uther is a target ban or a just still a meta ban. I think it could still easily be a meta ban. So something like Joanna, just a beefy tank that can hold all the yims, not really have to do too much to engage. I want to see a lot of wave clear, a lot of sustain, and not a whole lot of fight. I as much as we like to see bloodshed, and if there are no ashes, how can the phoenixes rise? I agree. The quandary is there, but I think these Phoeni are more likely to succeed if they don't go looking for fights to pick and instead go for this more sustain. Just push out the wave, collect the spider butts, go back, turn the spider butts in back to the Spider Queen, and just kind of yeah. Oh, apparently Jazlo has the draft here. Let's look. Is rank number 69, master number 69, Jazlo. Let's see if this works. Like I said, both of these teams super amicable, really fun. Really fun group to interact with so far in this limited interaction. And So now that we have half of the draft done, let's look at it. Joanna, like we kind of talked about, really nice, engage without having to overcommit, really strong control around the points. Malthael, Brightwing able to get around back and forth, just chilling. Super mobile. So, I like the Malthael in general. Pretty good sustain, pretty good rotations. What is happening? I just want to see this right now. Okay, now I just want to see this. So the Deathwing coming out again, probably another target ban. Tracer Tychus going away, also probably targeted. So I like Phoenix Rising with the Joanna and the Malthael and the Brightwing, but Phoenix Rising coming in with the Hogger and the Mephisto. I'm a big Mephisto fan. I don't like his new Q build. I know it's better, I get it, but I like Mephisto the other way. I like the ring, I like the traits, I like the roots. It's just rough. It's rough. Like Ruffman. If you know what that is, I apologize. But May. So May with the Mephisto gonna be huge. The Greymane follow-up, the Greymane did pretty good. Died a few times, but set up the team really well. So Greymane, I like the pick with the Mephisto and the May. There's gonna be some good follow-up. Excited to see what the healer is. I'm predicting Stukov. I'm just predicting Stukov. Hanzo Kerrigan. Now this is interesting. This is exactly what I was saying we don't want to see. Hanzo Kerrigan, very aggressive heroes. And so there's going to be a lot of bloodshed. Whose blood is going to shed? I don't know. But what I do know is all bleeding will stops eventually, and that's when that core goes down. And Whitemane. Oh my, Whitemane on point. Whitemane is such a good healer, but is so hard to play well. Very, very, very low skill floor. Very high skill ceiling. So, probably somewhere middle high, gonna do some good things. So that is, that's the draft for Tomb of the Spider Queen. Let me get that prediction started for this second game. I know that I like game 3s. I really enjoy seeing game 3s. However, I do understand that you want your team to do well. But I'm pretty sure everyone in here is rooting for Phoenix Rising. So either way, we all win. We all win. Everyone wins. Like the spider butts. Gotta get them butts. I wish I could interact with the gem at the top of the map. We'll look at that in just a moment. Let me run through these teams as we get loaded in. Did you know that the point of this map is to collect gems, turn in gems, and summon web weavers? That's what that's what it says. Over here in the blue trunks, we have Golden on Malthael, Psycho on Hanzo, Storm on Kerrigan, Myrari on Brightwing, and Legacy on Joanna. That is Team Phoenix Rising. And over here in the red corner, Dandalore on Whitemane. Ha 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 ha. Almost like a Lunar laugh, but not quite. Mixels on Jermaine Jackson, Jackson 5 Tito. H2O on the Hogger. Is that Tank Hogger? No, there's a May. I'm silly. Nope, Silly's my dog. She's over there. Jazalo rocking the May, and I missed someone. Frag Stellar on the Tickle Me Fisto in a different skin, not Tickle Me. So up here, if you look, this gym right here, because nothing's happening in the middle lane, I promise, I'm looking at health bars. You can click this gym 5 times and Harrison Jones will come down and steal it and then climb back up a rope. And then under the boss at, under the boss on Sky Temple, there's that well cover. If you click that 5 times, it breaks and Harrison Jones comes climbing out, and then you can see a spider like chase him out of there. Fun things if you didn't know. Go into a custom, you'll see for yourself. So let's look at level 1 talents because nobody's gonna do anything. Oh, never mind. Looks like a nice blow up onto the white man. The poly after the primal grasp. Really good engage from Storm. I hope goes Psy Storm, Mega Storm, something. I don't know. And then Hanzo with the follow-up. Great poly from the Brightwing, stopping Whitemane from keeping herself alive. Pat, I hope everything's okay. Sorry, bud. Have fun. Good luck. Things. And another Primal Grasp on nothing, probably trying to catch that Mei, but Mei is a little slick, little icy, little frosty. When we get Ice Storm out of Mei at level 1, that's an interesting talent. Everything else looks good. Looks good. Greymane picking up an early siege camp by himself in the bottom lane. No one's soaking. Hogger getting the Bruiser camp. So that's a lot of early camp pressure coming from Phoenix Rising, but it gets cleared out by Phoenix Rising pretty quick, so not a whole lot of pressure, but does take it off the map. For Second Blood, it's just a healer slay fest right now. Whitemane goes down earlier, Brightwing goes down now. Both teams saying heals for heals, no heals for days. Phoenix Rising looking for an opportunity to turn in the gems that they have. Because Phoenix Rising already got 5 in. We got 37 on the side of Phoenix Rising to a total of 35 on the side of Phoenix Rising. That prediction is still going for not a whole lot longer. Go ahead and bet your fuzzy taco lips on which Phoenix Rising will win, but Hogger dies down in the bottom lane, and I'm not there to watch it because we just watched Joanna get blown into next week by the Whitemane. What? I mean, last hits are last hits, right? Kill secured. But I flashed down there to see if there's anything left over from the Hogger fight. Come back up. Joanna's just dead. Crusade this. Oh, wow, that's interesting. So Whitemane, the Scarlet Crusader, killed Joanna, the Crusader. And Phoenix Rising looking for an opportunity to get turned in. There are the turn in. There is the turn in. Web Weavers are descending for Phoenix Rising, and then Hogger coming in to finish up. Not finish up, coming after finishing up the turn in. Gonna try to get some kills. Kerrigan goes down. May not able to get out of that cryo freeze and walk away. Mixel's looking really low, about 200 health. Gonna get the tap and a quick back to start walking out immediately. That's an interesting way to do it. Fujin Akari coming in with the raid of 14 viewers. I hope the games were good. I'm surprised that yours is over already with because these were all the first games to start, and this is just game 2 of Phoenix Rising versus Phoenix Rising. Phoenix Rising did win the first game on Towers of Doom. Phoenix Rising looking for a comeback here. Phoenix Rising picking up the first Web Weaver phase, which we're watching finish up right now. No fort going down, but Greymane jumping in on the Kerrigan, does phase shift onto the Storm. Kerrigan get alive, that level 7 shield coming out on the Brightwing and the Kerrigan. Greymane walking out, no health again. Kill count 3-3 as total mayhem, yet no one dies because everyone's so good at this game, they know how to stay alive. Either that or no one's good at this game and can get a kill. I don't know, you tell me, y'all are the fans. I'm just here to talk about what's on my screen. Invade onto this siege camp. Hogger, oh no, well, Hogger was already on it. Grayman coming in to help finish it. Malthiel looking a little bit low, walking out about a quarter health, gonna get away from the Hanzo. Mephisto walking up, trying to get a little bit of extra damage out, but that is not gonna happen. This siege camp getting picked up though. Going to make some progress, maybe. No, the rest of Phoenix Rising walking away, leaving this for a an easy clear for Phoenix Rising. And not Vela, thank you for the gift sub. Beast Rend, enjoy your emotes. Speaking of which, we're soon going to start designing future emotes for as subs continue. Next up is going to be a Darien emote, Darien the Pupple Upper. So, and we'll start putting those on display for what the next emote is going to be. Webweaver phase for Phoenix Rising dissipating. Still no fort goes down, but where was the white main kill? What? It must have been like right here in the middle. I just couldn't see it. I think I caught it on the screen, but white main going down in a hurry. Phoenix Rising clearing out the objective, 2 gems away from a double turn-in. And Malthiel goes down somewhere else. I don't know what's happening. Probably trying to fight the Hogger. Yeah, Hogger's looking low. Was probably fighting the Hogger and Malthiel fight down there. Nice ice wall, going to just barely miss, but the simple geometry finished up by the Hanzo. And the Hogwild going out, gonna catch a good bounce to get a little bit more damage out. Storm gonna fall. That is Kerrigan going down, followed by the Joanna. The Lightning Wreath is just so strong on Mephisto, despite that Q build buff that he looks like he's maybe going. But then Greymane going to fall in exchange for the Malthiel diving a little bit too deep, getting that extra kill, not able to get out. But a 3-for-1 on the side of Phoenix Rising. Phoenix Rising getting out with very little health. Right after a solid defense of that second set of Web Weavers, neither team getting a fort out of Web Weavers. While we're getting turn-ins, let's look at these heroics. We've got Maelstrom on Storm. No, Maelstrom on Strom on the Kerrigan. Blink Heal on Brightwing. Blessed Shield on Joanna. Last Rites, no stacks yet on Malthiel, and Dragon Arrow, best NA arrows, Hanzo. For Phoenix Rising. Over here on Phoenix Rising, we do have Ice Wall, the Sacred Ground, Divine Reckoning. What am I talking about? Durance of Hate. That is a Hortipult and a Go for the Throat. Again, hard engage coming out of the side of Phoenix Rising, but this time Phoenix Rising responding with the hard engage comp themselves. Nice Durance of Hate out, catching my Rari on the healer, going to get a little bit extra catch onto Malthiel, and there goes Greymane going for the throat. Gonna follow it up. No, still has the cooldown available on the second go for the throat. Probably gonna let that expire as Kerrigan goes down as well. The Skull Missile quest for Mephisto getting completed, and this Web Weaver set is going to take this middle fort and probably top fort, if not all 3. Let's look to see how they actually execute this. Yep, coming up to the top 4. You're going to go ahead and take that out real quick. Hogger down here working on this bottom one. This Web Weaver's in really good shape. Going to pick it up easy, I think. But here comes Phoenix Rising to the defense. It's going to be close. That fort at about 2,000 health. Web Weaver going to finish it off. The Web Weaver doesn't even get the wave off, but the rest of what's there clears out that fort. Phoenix Rising now down all 3 forts during this objective, and it's not even over, but Storm getting caught out really far, looking low. A huge phase shift out of the Brightwing to the rescue. Somebody buy your healer a beer. They deserve it. A nice Blessed Shield counter engage onto the May and the Mephisto, and then the Condemn comes up. Whitemane doing her level best to keep her team alive, and a counter engage from the Greymane. Looking at Storm, Kerrigan trying to walk away. There's a blind 300. No health at all. Greymane finishing up with the follow-up cover throw on the Brightwing, and the icing in behind the Malthiel. Boosts Malthiel back. Malthiel's going to go down. A nice cryo freeze to stop the last Rites kill. Joanna walking out, pops the Iron Skin with the shield, less than 2,000 health. Joanna going to get out just fine. A 3-for-0 on the side of Phoenix Rising. Now going for the boss play. Going to try to put this game in the ground early on. Feral Ferret, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you, friend. Look at this Hogger just spinning to win, singing in the rain. This boss gonna get picked up easy peasy, lemon squeezy. They're gonna try to march that in, probably get this keep, and Phoenix Rising about 20 gems out. It's gonna be 18 using my quick caster math. They really want to get this turn in, but Phoenix Rising now 22 gems away from their own turn in, so they probably want to follow up this boss and try to get some chunk damage onto this keep. Nice ice wall catching too. Kerrigan, Brightwing caught, but the Blizzard out a little bit late. Still gonna catch the stun on the Kerrigan. Kerrigan just gets instantly deleted, gets off the Maelstrom, but not in time to build up those shields. Making a fall in response, so nice lockdown from the Joanna. Gonna get her finished off. Let's see, Joanna still no subdue finished up. But the benefit of hitting 2 is still so strong on that subdue. And going Burning Rage instead of Roar, or Holy Fury. It's still Burning Rage. Going Holy Fury at 13 instead of Roar. Maybe we get a subdue finish, maybe not. Those are super satisfying. Farrell, I'm so glad. Thank you. I was casting with Crush 2 nights in a row. We cast on the Nexus Gaming Series channel and also on Crush's channel. Crush's last night, Nexus Gaming the night before, or the Sunday. I forget which day specifically. I think, yeah, it was the night before. It was Tuesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. No, it's actually 2 different Phoenix Risings. They're part of the same org, but because this entire cast is a meme, apparently. I mean, they're two of the higher, I think 2 of the 3 highest level teams in the Phoenix Rising org. I think the Phoenix Rising Esports is a heroic div team, but it's Phoenix Rising, Zircon, and Ruby, which is the first time I've said those names the entire night. But because it's entertaining, I left that part off. It's entertaining for me. I don't know about you guys. I've been having fun. A nice bruiser invade for Phoenix Rising. Gonna go ahead and pick that up. Red team marching in with a lot of wave and camp presence now. And Phoenix Rising gonna have a hard defense. There was the magic spit coming out. What is it? Arcane Flare from the Brightwing. A big condemn, that's gonna catch 3, not enough for a subdue quest, but still gonna be able to pull in a lot. That Primal Grasp able to follow up a little bit, but no one's gonna die. Level 16's out for both teams, and this mid keep in danger of falling, just like that top keep. A missed ice wall gonna separate out the team. No, right, I know that there's a lot of Phoenix Risings. I'm just saying 2 of the top 3. There's Esports, and these 2 I think are the top teams. A double kill for Joanna, or on Joanna and Kerrigan, getting out a little bit too far. Greymane and company punishing that positioning, and now probably going to come into a keep finish here. Pat, that's the spirit. I like your gumption. Farrell, I'm glad we could get it all straightened up. Alright, looks like Phoenix Rising, Mephisto gonna come in, get 8 gem turn in. There are 11 more needed for the rest of Phoenix Rising to get turned in, which Mixels has on person. Greymane gonna go look for that turn in, get a Web Weaver phase to finish out the game and the match, probably. Yeah, Farrell, that's a lot of what I try to do. I like to go into kind of why a lot of picks are working. If you go back and watch the VOD for game 1, you'll see Pat, Phoenix car crash. I love it. Really good. Region Rebel has a really good relationship with car crash sounds from, as far as I know. I've talked to several of them a lot, and we like hanging out. We played each other in Nexomania, so really good relationship. I think either that or I'm delusional. But yeah, so Farrah, if you go back to game 1 on the VOD after this set is done, as we watch the action here in the mid, as a breakdown, there is the Shade of Mephisto and the Wreath of Lightning coming out, but not going to really do a whole lot. The Blessed Shield is missed, not going to get the engage for Joanna, so they're going to follow up through this keep, maybe try to close out the game, but these Web Weavers are almost done. And looks like Phoenix Rising looking to rotate down to their other Web Weaver, maybe try to get this third keep, but really they should back out. This is overstay territory, and they're asking to get punished for it. But Joanna out by herself, away from her team, gonna Iron Skin away. That is the safe call. Phoenix Rising now moving in. They know that Blessed Shield is still down. There's a jump onto the health fountain. Phoenix Rising looking to go in for the kill. A nice Dirts of Hate on the Kerrigan. Kerrigan just being the focal point this entire game. Carry goes down, Brightwing goes down, it's level 20. That is probably going to be it for Phoenix Rising. That is 4. Look for them to finish up this core. So yeah, so last game we had a long conversation about Go for the Throat versus Silver Bullet in the comp that they ran. If you want to look at that, there's a lot of other hero intricacies that went into that conversation, so something like that might be good for you. Not to tell you, hey, just go watch my replays, because it's not live anymore, but you might be interested in that discussion. So a solid sweep coming out for Phoenix Rising. Can I all chat? I didn't think I was made a ref. I'm surprised that I could all chat. I don't know. Maybe it's a glitch. Maybe it wasn't set to tournament draft and just regular draft. So this stat screen, a lot of damage on the blue side. Phoenix Rising Zircon, I'll use their names now because it's fun. Phoenix Rising Zircon did putting out a lot of damage, but Greymane got his damage in very, very efficiently. Going in, getting the burst, getting the kills, finish it off. Mephisto with the follow-up. I thought the Durances were very well executed. Let me come over to this. Honey, can I have my co-caster? No. Where is he? Okay, I gotta grab my co-caster. So, while I get my co-caster, the execution looked really, really strong. Oh, my co-caster was chewing on the belt that was in my work pants. So thank you for that. I'm going to look for an interview here in just a second. Let me find. Oh, I've been sitting in this lobby the entire time for this cast, so I'm really glad no one bombed me. But I do have my interview target here in a little bit after I finish going over just a quick overview. The execution really strong. I thought the comps coming out of Phoenix Rising were really strong as well. However, the pick comps with the Greymane especially, getting that field, I call it field softening, worked out really well for Phoenix Rising. In the end, they were able to get the sweep, but both teams looking like they were playing really well. Speaking of both teams, I have Jazlo, the tank, and also Greymane, who likes to die 6 times on Towers of Doom. So, welcome to the area. Congratulations on the sweep for Phoenix Rising. And since I have you, first question, 6 deaths?
We don't talk about those, okay? Next question.
Well, okay, you know what? That's fair. However, I did comment the role that Greymane was there to serve, from what I understand, just looking at it, is to set up Li Ming to start getting resets, and that worked out effectively, and y'all won the game. Am I wrong? Or am I correct?
It did. I would say another component of me picking Gray there was to assist Jazlo. That's why he kept seeing me run up top so often. I was there to help make sure that he kept even with Sony if needed, but more importantly, give him the advantage over Sony. That way, whenever we were scrimming down the bot, he could just pop on into the fight.
Yeah, we talked about taking that early camp very quickly.
Yeah, I saw. I didn't catch a whole lot of the top lane. But I saw the camps get picked up. I saw the kills magically happen. And I was like, oh, hey, and things like that. So the rotations were really good. I thought the Greymane was played well. I just gotta razz you a little bit.
Yeah, of course. I think Phoenix Rising played really well against Phoenix Rising. And we scrimmed them in the past before. I don't remember what our scrim. I don't remember what the results of the last
Wait,
scrim were.
so y'all have a lot of Phoenix fights?
Yeah, we have a lot of Phoenix fights.
Oh man. So we did have, and before I come back to you, Jazzy, Mixels, or Mixels?
Mixels.
Okay, I figured if Mixels Pixels was your name in Twitch, it was probably rhyming.
Yeah.
So we had a long conversation about Go for the Throat versus Silver Bullet, and when you go back and watch the VOD, I bet y'all will hear probably a duplicate conversation then. Maybe over a longer period of time, because in the game you got to figure it out faster. The overall consensus being, and then I'll give you the floor to again kind of address where we're right, where we're wrong. Silver Bullet, you can kill anybody, and then Li Ming has the resets. However, with Go for the Throat, if y'all can get the pick on the squishies, y'all had the Tronda, y'all had the Stormbolt, y'all had the Root from Zool, so you could pick your target a lot easier. You get the Go for the Throat finish on a target, you have another one. That's an easier second kill for Li Ming. If you get the first kill, you have an easier second kill, and then Li Ming can just do the rest. That was where I landed.
Curse Bullet is for suppression, and Go for the Throat is for execution. So when you have to look at your other assassin to make the decision. The question is, is the other assassin a finisher, or is the other one a poke him down? So when it comes to Li Ming, she throws orbs all the time, but a lot of times she is unable to finish, and so therefore you have to take Go for the Throat. And then the same argument is applicable to Mephisto, which is Mephisto is going to get them low with his ult or with just his poke as he goes in, and then they'll be at 20%. Therefore, Greymane needs to go in and executes at that juncture. If you're going more bruiser, maybe, because then you can start the fight with when there's long sustained fights, or if there's like double support. Sometimes you do have to go for the Curse Bullet. You can get more value out of it, and a lot of times Curse Bullet is not 35% of your health; it's 35% of your remaining health, I believe.
Right. Right.
And
so we think of
30% of your current health. So
of your current health. So in a situation where you have a big mage that's doing a lot of poke, you're not getting any value. You'll hit Curse Bullet.
Right.
And
if it's not the opener, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah. It's definitely. I would also say it's really good against high bruiser comps, but in these situations, we were really looking for like Ming gets the majority of the damage in, and then from there it is Go for the Throat to reset. And because it itself gets a reset, that also means, one, they're down a man, but two, like Ming can potentially blow up a second target, and then it just continues to snowball from there. It's also really effective to help your positioning as well, just because it's a point-and-click leap, whereas with Bullet, you just kind of stay stationary with it.
Bullet gets you in trouble sometimes if you use it, and then you don't have an escape, where the other one is another Worgen dive, and it's another thing. So actually, from a utility and positioning perspective, Go for the Throat wins out in our book.
And that was definitely one of the things we talked about too, was how Go for the Throat is a mobility tool. So given that we probably had most of the conversation just now, tell us about that first draft, what you're going for. Towers of Doom is a really interesting map in compared to the rest and how it functions, and so why that's the kind of comp you were looking for on Towers.
Yeah, let's talk about the very first pick, which is Sonya. Sonya's really oppressive right now in all stages, in all brackets, I believe. She's banned a lot of the time. But we left it open, and they picked it. And we left it open because the meta build on Sonya is Slam build. It's not Whirlwind build. And so Zool comes in, and actually to beat Zool with Sonya, you have to take a less optimal teamfight build, because you can get out of the root with your Whirlwind, and you can you heal more in the team fights, and you're able to basically counter my character with more Whirlwinds and clear those waves faster. In that case, if anyone was eavesdropping in on our call, I was very talkative the entire time about my positioning and when I had rotational advantage on Sonya and when I did not have rotational advantage on Sonya. Because the last thing you want is for Sonya to come in and leap on the team. Instead, in certain instances, I'm the one actually making the call when it's going to happen, when I have advantage, and I come down and I drop those skeletal mages and I get those roots. And that's what ultimately leads to a lot of the setup kills. that allows us to, I really feel like, flip those fights, because we're there 10 seconds earlier, 15 seconds earlier. And it kind of it kind of shows in the damage numbers where Sonya and Zul are very close in how much siege soak we do with each other. Like if you look at the fights, or the stats at the end of the game, we're like damn near parallel in output, but I'm there at the fights more often and quicker than she is, and I feel like that's something you have to consider with Sonya versus a Zul matchup. Do you choose to keep up with me, or are you gonna hope your team doesn't get caught out with some of those backline roots?
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense. The other thing we noticed, given that Sonya first pick, and obviously y'all not taking the Sonya makes it a little bit harder for y'all to talk about why, but maybe how did it feel? What did y'all expect the Leap versus the Wrath? The Leap got some really good value, got some good picks. It looked really strong. That was another conversation we had on the stream, was about the Leap pick versus Wrath and the effectiveness. Did it surprise you? Did it hinder you? Did you have to adjust?
Nope, didn't surprise us. Leap is coordinated play, almost favors Leap, unless you get Uther, in which case then it's kind of, you almost main tank Bruiser with Sonya, and you use the Divine Shield to make her immortal, and she just kills everything that way. But when you have 3 characters that all are Leap, Spear, Slam, dead targets, which Tyrande is, Greymane can be, and Li Ming can be, I'm not surprised at all to see Leap come through. If you're trying to play push forward into Li Ming, she can retreat and she'll slowly whittle you down.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And so once you had that offlane set up, that offlane matchup set up, you the rest was just a pick comp. You have Muradin, you have Tyrande, that's locked down right there, and then so Li Ming, Greymane, which we talked about the Greymane already, and that so yeah, you answered the part about we wanted to counter Sonya and make her do something less optimal or suffer the consequences for it. So was the pick comp the call from the beginning?
It definitely involved. I think when Tychus showed up, that was, I'm not gonna say a mistake, but the call from the start was prioritize camp clear. Make sure we are on top of those camps, to the point where, again, Mixels is able to be in top lane and get that top camp. Sonya's already losing the walls, actually, and she loses both of her walls pretty early on in the game. And that that allows me, if you ever did catch a glimpse of the offlane rotate, I'm kind of catching her as she rotates and getting the recon on her.
I wish I could have seen some of that. I didn't catch any of the
But
rotations.
yeah, you're bottom. I understand. You're bottom most of the time, so because you got to watch the constant scrap that's happening.
I do mention it though, and there was at one point you got a nice kill on her, or the tower did, I guess, because I came up after to see if you were at low health or something, and you were.
He had one win over me. I had another. It was a fun skirmish. Tychus, I feel like Tychus is just too slow to do camps on that map, and when it's so vital to do that, it really hurts. Now people like the siege of Odin.
Odin was good.
Odin definitely good, and it does bring siege potential, but Greymane and Li Ming are on that camp. I think at every second it's up. It's in our control, and then they're off doing something more productive, whether that's catching mid soak again or rotating on your camp. In fact, we get an invade on their camp pretty aggressively because of that advantage. When you're able to clear the camp, you're able to invade.
Yeah. And I had a thought and then I lost it. But yeah, so having a better camp pressure is really strong. Oh, it was still the offlane rotations. I was just gonna throw you some love real quick with because it's so hard to get the offlaners on screen. But Towers of Doom, those rotations are so important, and so that's one of the things that I want to improve on with casting is on maps where those rotations we know are going to be happening, trying to catch those. But again, the 4-man down low is either doing a lot of stuff, but nothing's happening, or it's a bloodbath that happens real quick. So either you're sitting there missing everything top, or you miss something that happens real quick that you're not going to be able to get to. It feels like a catch-22.
So, I mean, they respect ban the Zul in the second game.
Yeah.
And actually really interesting, in their research, they wouldn't have seen the Zul game because last week we had planned to play Zul, but the other team researched us and they actually banned it on me.
Interesting.
I didn't get to play it last season. So it's one, double soaking being really prevalent in the meta. you can see they went for gold. They go for the Malthael. Malthael is a very popular ban as well because of the double soak potential. Sonya does it very well, and Zul's out there doing it very well. So it's a competitive offlane position to be able to play offlaners. But Spider Queen unfortunately isn't as doesn't require it. So you're able to pick maybe a more stronger single laner in that regards. And so we have Hogger, which I felt like brought just so much more to the table in game 2.
Yeah. So speaking of game 2, before we get there, was there anything else from game 1 that either of you thought was important to mention?
Nothing publicly.
There you go. Okay.
Nothing publicly.
I mean, the only thing that I can really think of, where did I put this?
I think here's the one. The end fight where we push mid and we lose Mixels. Was such a greedy and unnecessary play. And so if anyone watching that game, ignore that. You're either push all five or
just turn off the screen for those 30 seconds
turn off
or
the
so.
screen. Turn off. There was no reason for it to be a scrap.
But yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, in general, like, I think that if Zircon, sorry, trying to collect the thoughts in my head. I think Zircon played really well. I believe that if we had made any more mistakes than we did, they probably would have pulled that out from under us.
I agree. Sonya still made plays. She still did.
Yeah, definitely very effective use out of her, and that was something we had commented on. The game looked like it could go either way the entire time.
Now, yeah, I know you say that, but like actually, I think we're at like 19 points at the end, so which affects how greedy we choose to play.
True. Yeah, I mean, y'all had it very well secured, but it is Tower of Comebacks for a reason.
It is Towers of Comebacks for a reason.
And I know that the way it looks and the way it feels are very different all the time, regardless of which direction it is, right? Because a lot of games look really close, but it feels like you're in control the whole time. A lot of games look like they're dominant, but it feels like each fight's a coin flip. So,
yeah, it's one of those things. It's like you play so well all game, but then it's both teams make it to 20, and it's like whoever wins the next team fight. Even though
it felt like for a lot of it,
you only gotta win the last fight.
Yep, only gotta win the last fight.
Sorry, Mixels, what were you saying?
No. I was just gonna say, like, it felt like for a lot of it was very back and forth. Like, they'd get Tyrande in the bush and murder her, and then from there we would go back and murder the Diablo, and it just kept going back and forth like that for the majority of the game. And looking at the stats, yeah. It ended 13 kills to 13 kills.
Yeah,
like,
it was crazy.
Real back and forth.
Yeah. All right, so on to game 2. Let's start with the draft again.
We went into that knowing we were picking Mephisto. We were hovering that from the start. In fact, we had the whole combo hovered. In fact, we were quite surprised when they that they picked a Joe first. And then we got Hogger.
I wasn't really surprised about the Joe, and maybe y'all see Hogger differently than we do down in EDiv, but I mean, he can be obnoxious. There's a lot of tight corners, and that's a smaller map, so I get it. But the Joe seems like such a priority tank on this map.
It's simply because the wave clear, but if you talk to a lot of people in the high end, Johanna is just a crutch tank. She can be dealt with, or just straight ignored. You're bringing her for a wave clear, and we actually thought they were going to take Cassia, and we had a long talk about whether we wanted to deny Cassia with Mixels or if he was going to pick Greymane again, and ultimately we went with Greymane, which turned out to be the right choice because Mixels showed up to work today.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were fully expecting to see Cassia in the Kerrigan's place today. Actually, I think that might have been the. That was too heavy-handed. That made May so good. Like we were talking about what tank we were gonna play, and then they picked that, and I got on the May, and everyone in the team's like, "Oh yeah, we're taking May now, Jaslo," and I'm not even our tank player.
I got very confused. I was like, "Oh, we have a Hogger tank. Wait, Jaslo's on May."
Nope. Took the May. It was.
I would definitely say our team is quite flexible in terms of what heroes we do or do not play. Like sometimes I'm off lane, sometimes Jazzle is, sometimes H2O is. We just try and make sure that we have the best players on the heroes that they're best at, and then like try and be flexible around that sort of structure.
Yeah, and that's a really cool thing to have in the team. You mentioned having the Kerrigan. I thought the Kerrigan was a really nice pick. I thought it was too aggressive for the map, but y'all were able to punish positioning really well. But there were a lot of opportunities that she had to engage on you guys. Got a few engages. Was when they picked the Kerrigan, was that something that, like you said, you got the comp you wanted. You thought they were going to run Cassie instead. But did the Kerrigan really throw you for a loop? You said, Kerrigan's in, let's throw May on her. But were there any other doubts around it?
No. We
No,
were
not
we were
really.
very calm and collected when we saw their draft. All Kerrigan did was solidify Whitemane as our healer. If without Kerrigan, we might have ended up with Stukov.
Okay, I was actually expecting a Stukov. I even said, with the Mephisto and the May, they're going Stukov, and then out came Whitemane, and I hyped.
Whitemane is the quintessential save.
Whitemane
You don't
100%
have-
kept me
when they're
alive.
all teaming, every time they get this like Johanna stun and then in the Hanzo stun and Kerrigan's in, their whole team is in on us. And Whitemane's like, nah, we're good. Like the healing on Whitemane here is very impressive when you contrast that to what Brightwing was able to bring. And it showed in our ability to sustain and yeah.
Yeah. I was about to say, bringing it back, in the draft, Kerrigan didn't really face us. I will say, from my perspective, the Kerrigan did manage to razzle me a few times when I would go in and she'd get the stun off, but 100% Whitemane was the reason I stayed alive afterwards.
Oh, yeah. Big props to White. At one point, now granted, I think it was in response to a Brightwing save, but I did shout out healers in general, and you damage dealers owe your healers a drink.
Yeah, bro. That's the story for every game with Dane. He's so good.
We like the joke that Dane is the best healer in our division, but
it's
honestly,
not a joke. It's not a joke.
He brings it. He is so insanely good at Whitemane, at Tyrande, at whatever we ask him to play, he plays it, and he.
We don't even ask him. We just tell him to pick whatever, and then he's like, "I'm ready."
Yeah.
Well, and I will say you're lucky that you just owe your healer a drink. I'm married to my healer, so I gotta do the dishes and stuff when I get saved.
Dane is waiting for the day we can play Alex Strasser. He's waiting for the draft. He wants to play.
Now
so
you
bad.
just gave free scouting.
Good. Let the enemy team pick a healer so he can play Alex Strasser. He wants it so bad. I hear it every time. He makes it to the second draft pick. He's like, "Oh, Alex Strasser is no longer good here."
Sorry, laughing at chat. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to convince my healer to run an Alex Strasser, but she hates playing Alex.
That's what Mitchell.
So
Stop
much.
giving any of our strats.
Yeah.
Bro, we have so many strats we can't be counterpicked. We were on Cho'Gall actually during that until the Malthael came out.
Oh yeah. So
we were ready.
So was there anything else at that game 2? Because we went from the draft and covered a lot of things throughout the game. Was there anything else from game 2? Similar question to game 1. Anything else from game 2 that you think is worth highlighting?
I actually think we played just a much cleaner game in game 2.
It looked really clean.
We had 2 misrotates that were just a shame. One of them was, and they're both my mistakes. So we'll just ignore it. We'll just ignore them. I'm not gonna shout them out. But,
okay.
But if you're wondering how to play May, don't look at my play. I hit my wall on one person, and I don't have the timing down to get the instant root afterward. Oh, it's a mess. It's a mess.
I'm gonna send you a screenshot, Jazz, but you can't say anything about it right here.
All right, perfect. All right, that's it for me.
So Mixels, anything else from you before we get to y'all's shout-outs?
I can't really think of anything specific. I don't have much to say. I just played the Greymane and tried to play it well. Like I said, the Kerrigan game 2 gave me a bit of a razzle with her stuns, but we managed to pull through on that. And I think overall this was a great series. Even if it was a 2-0 domination, I still think it felt on the edge. If not game 2, at the very least on game 1.
Yeah, the game, yes, they both look very close. The second one, a little bit stronger on your side. Again, an adjustment here, an adjustment there, with engages with the Kerrigan. Very easy to shift both of those games in the other direction. So that being said, great job to both teams. The floor is y'all's for shoutouts.
I'll let Jazz take the first.
Let me give a shout out to all my wonderful sub players who constantly are scrimming with us and making sure that we're still up to shape. We have a great roster of players that are ready to come in like vultures the moment one of us isn't ready to play. So shout out to them because they're always available, they're always playing, and that really makes our community Discord really fun. Shout out to This Is Covey, the Phoenix Rising organization's leader, founder, and creator. I guess those are all synonymous, but shout out to him. He puts this whole thing together. I would not be a competitive HOTS player without him dragging me in every season after season. So he does some great work, and anyone that is looking to join a team that is as close to fabulous as our team, you won't have as great of a hair as the members of our team, but you will find a great home in the Phoenix Rising organization. We actually had a hair off, and I won. Okay, it's great. It's been proven.
What does a hair off
you can get on it
imply?
next time if you want Taco for the next due contest for Heroes of the Storm players.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So yeah, shout out to This Is Covey. Shout out to all of the division moderators for NGS who actually put this stuff together and deal with our constant administrations. And shout out to all the other teams So shout out to our competitors, Phoenix Rising, and all the subsequent groups, because they're lots of fun. And like I said, the Discord is popping up. There's always people in that Discord at all points of the time. And a lot of times I'll be playing with Storm or with Psycho over there, right? Or with Golden. We get to play a lot together, and that makes for a great thing. And shout out to Taco, our caster, making this hype possible.
Yeah, I was really sad. You mentioned Covey. I was really sad to not see Covey in the chat today. Not a call out, but because I was told that I was under the impression that if Phoenix Rising won tonight, he was gifting 10 subs. I don't know.
Yeah, you were under the.
I was under the impression. I may have been the one who gave myself the impression because it was funny. But
and my last shout out goes out to my roommate who puts up with my noise.
There you go. That's a big shout out. That's almost as important as me shouting out my wife later.
Yeah, perfect. Next is somebody.
Honestly, like I feel like I'm over here and I'm just like, oh yeah, those are all really good shoutouts. what do I got? Shoutouts to fucking Simple Flips. I don't know. Honestly, shoutouts to the team, like Danalore, Jazlo. We've been together on this team for 3 seasons at this point, and we have grown, and it's been amazing. Shoutouts to, I guess, Purple for helping me learn how to play a better Orphea and a better Greymane too, actually. And my only other real shout out is to myself. Go check out myself on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/MitchellPixels.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
no, absolutely do that.
Honestly, just shout out to the Phoenix Rising community. It is silly that we went up against each other in this division, but it is such a wonderful resource for us. Like, if we need scrims, we can have nice in-house scrims. When looking for other resources such as coaching or the we can just go to them, get that sorted. It's wonderful, honestly. Shout outs to Phoenix Rising, the organization, and everybody within for helping us grow and improve our play at this game.
Let's be real. Without NGS, we would not be able to play at all because the queue times are 30 minutes. It's astronomical.
So you're saying don't climb in the ranks?
Yes.
No. The moment you get to this Master Diamond border where your team is in Master and Diamond 2 between that rank, you just can't get a game. It's just impossible.
Good thing I'll never get there.
Don't climb, people. Don't be pushing your ranks. Enjoy playing the game. That's the real takeaway here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's actually a good one. Shout outs to chat for saying that Phoenix Rising was going to win this series.
Absolutely.
Good call, chat. Good call.
Did I confirm that? I forget. Here. Oh, hey, look, y'all got all the votes this time. I do predictions for who's gonna win, and last time no one won points, and this time everyone won points. So there you go. Thank you so much for coming in, having this chat. I love doing this thing, and I love getting the chance to talk to people who will talk to me about the game, how they play. I really like the content, and apparently 17 other people do too. So thank you so much, and good luck going on. Oh, we are about halfway through the season. I haven't looked at stats, standings, or whatever, but are there any matches you have left in your season that you're super excited for?
All of them. We're excited for all of them, and I'm calling this now. We're the team to beat.
All right, look forward to it.
Oh, Jazz.
We're taking it. We're taking it to playoffs, and we're winning playoffs.
There you go. All right, the die has been cast. The glove has been slapped.
Yeah.
The foot has been put down. So I'll be looking for it later on in the playoffs. I really like these high level games, and I'll be looking to pick something up.
Awesome.
All right. Well, y'all have a wonderful evening. It looks like your team is ready to ARAM or something, or do a in-house. How many subs do y'all have ready right now?
Substitutes?
Yeah.
On our team, I think we're full.
You're full, so you can do a 5v4 ARAM and
Yeah.
go at it. Just go do a custom, do a 5v4 ARAM, and let your team kill you.
Yeah, I'll be the weak link, so I'll have to be on the 5-man.
There we go. We're going from in-house scrim to in-team scrim.
In-team scrim.
All right, y'all have a fantastic night. Thank you so much, and good luck the rest of the season. As for you, my wonderful, wonderful Twitch viewers, if you had a good time, please hit that follow button. I'm Taco. You can find me at the Lil Taco on Twitter, and you can find me at twitch.tv/eltaquito, where you are right now for all of my casting and all of your casting needs. That's not true. I do a little bit of co-casting with some other people, but I usually put that out on Twitter where I'm going to be. And I'm working on playing some other games on the side on stream, so definitely come hang out. Memes will be had. It will be fun. Thank you so much for hanging out. Big shout out to my wife for putting up with me screaming all night. And shout out to my co-caster who every now and then made an appearance. So thank you so much for being here. We're going to go catch some more NGS action, and thank you for your time. Oh, that's the wrong button. So with that, I bid you adieu.